today and struggling and all of those who are helping them. We remember. This song was written for people with AIDS in the late 80s. So that was the first. And now I'll continue with a poem that I wrote in honor of a young, very successful playwright who died of AIDS and who broke his parents' heart because he told them every single thing that was happening. Some of you have heard this before. And the parents, their only son. So it's called In Memory of Johnny. I need a crown of gold or something shiny on my head, a rose to cover premonitions of the dead, with fragrance bred within the sweltering earth and rain. I need to feel it on my head and face, an ocean spray or frost covering, like a winter bear retreating. Where has the familiar gone? As sinister voices chant within my bones, there is no home among us now. That which I loved and bore within my heart, to speak and laugh and sing about, is moving through the ocean of my life. I sail in foreign lands. I need a crown of gold, and yet desire leads me still upon familiar seas. The birthing pains as once it did, into horizons never known, and rose where parents as the midwives stand and reign, with thirst my only guide. The frost has woven threads of gold, a basket for my heart it floats. Like hummingbird upon eternity, it carries all that I hold dear and those who once loved me. In stilled communion, there we speak as language never could, the silence pregnant with our love, not heard but understood. And this is also in honor of people with AIDS. It's called A Toast to PWAs. Here's to the brave young men who rode their bikes in celestial courts, passing comets and rocket ships, shot from their broken hearts, whipped by wind upon which all distraction flew off. Here's to the tender-hearted street girls wrestling in the night with men and drink, and a history of tracks to nowhere. Love bound, the whistle blows through their entry into the shepherd's home. I'm home, their untouched maiden.
Thérèse, you went mute.
Yes, you're muted.
You're muted, Thérèse. Yeah.
Sorry. Was I muted all that time?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Just the beginning of that piece. Just this piece.
Just the
Okay.
last poem.
I don't know how that happened. Did you hear Johnny? Did you hear that?
Yes, just start this one over, Thérèse.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so this is a toast to PWAs. I hate to cry. I cry sometimes when I do this. Here's to the brave young men who rode their bikes into celestial courts, passing comets and rocket ships, shot from their broken hearts, whipped by wind, upon which all distraction flew off. Here's to the tender-hearted street girls wrestling into the night with men and drink and history of tracks to nowhere. Love bound, the whistle blows through their entry into the shepherd's home. I'm home, their untouched maiden heart sings. Here's to our third kind, living in the cracks of their family, bound and gagged, hounded in their making, shamed by the unshamed, shameless ones, casting off uncharted shores, first fruits, paving the way to our destiny, becoming from their genderless place, face to face with love. And this was actually inspired by Sue Berg. It's called Seaweed. I grew up near the sea, and when I travel, I smell her scent and know her directions. The alarm sounded that day, but I could no longer cross the raging sea in my paper-crafted boat. Strolling out from under the surf, slicked with oil, swim cap tight, appeared like a channel swimmer. How can I cross the river, I asked. Fly, was your response. I could not know, like Joseph in a dream, I would be warned ahead, transcend. This is called the Shroud of Turin. At times, we must go to the dark space to discover choice in a lonely place. At first, I sink into nameless grief, silenced by an unnamed thief. The shadows cast, but then you say no. Now is there another way? Gathering myself like a sky full of clouds that cover my limbs in a lifeless shroud. In answer, I say, I'll risk once more in hopes to uncover another door. Then, in the midst of my daily space, I discover choice in a lonely place. I discover hope. I discover grace. You clasped my hand, and before I knew, together I'm not one but two. Now, when you go to the lonely place, I'm there with you within your space. Will I let you go alone? No, you will welcome me at home. Where the clouds once covered all the light, the brilliant sun is our delight. The fish will jump in pristine lakes and flowers sigh for us to take by land and air, to shine their beauty everywhere, to shine their beauty everywhere. Let's celebrate, the light will shine, will not be robbed of precious time. At times we must go to the dark space to discover choice in a lonely place. And this is called Upheld. The thing that I was meant to do, to face my death alive, to wait and climb that long dark hole, to wake and then to thrive. Don't blow too hard, for I'll be swept into that cavernous den and swirl in meaningless despair into that place without an end. For me, it was the soul's dark night, for others awakening from their fright. Love pulled me up with love's right hand, my rags illumined by the light. For I could only turn towards God, as love from love sustained my life. And this is the last one before the break. It's called Desire. I am 80 years old, but I recall being here. the chill on a cool spring day empty of companions. Solitary and satisfied, I am content wearing my nice cashmere sweater, a Christmas gift, no one here to wear it for. This place smells of the sea. Every breeze carries her beautiful scent. There are no questions, just loneliness and longing. We are made for love. I remember this place. And then I'll do after the break, I can recite.